Mabuhay! Ako po si Deborah Garcia. Hi, I'm Deborah Garcia, and welcome to another series of lessons where you will learn not just the theories and form of the language, but also the function and the usage. But before you watch this video, please make sure that you already watched the previous series with 18 lessons in it. I put the link of the first lesson in the description box below because in that series, I discussed all the major theories that would help you understand the Filipino language from the very basic to the advanced level. So if you're ready, grab your pen and paper and let us learn all about conversational Filipino. In the previous series and in the previous lessons that we had, we focused our discussions on how to conjugate the verbs according to their tenses. In fact, I gave you all the patterns that you need when you have to conjugate the verbs in the future, present, or in the past tense. But today I decided to move 2 levels up. So aside from conjugating the verbs in their tenses, we are also going to learn how to conjugate the verbs in their imperative forms or the command forms of the verb. And also we are going to try to look at how the conjugation of the verb changes when the focus of the sentence shifts from the subject to the object. Before we proceed to the discussion of the conjugation of the verb, let us go ahead and check this sample conversation first about a person making a phone call. Making a phone call in Filipino is pagtawag sa telepono. The root verb there is tawag, to call. Hello? Hello, si Bob po ito. Pwede po umorder ng lechon? Sure, para kailan? Para po sa Sunday, lunch. Okay, 300 yung malaki, 230 yung maliit, kasama na ang delivery fee. Sige, yung malaki po. Okay, salamat. Pahingi na lang ng info mo. So let us analyze the sentences one at a time. So of course, the greeting, hello, it's the same in the Philippines. So you say hello. And then Bob said, hello, si Bob po ito. Pwede po umorder ng lechon. So what is Bob saying here? So he introduced himself. Hello. Ito is this. This is Bob. Hello. This is Bob. Pwede po umorder ng lechon. In the previous lesson, we discussed pwede. Pwede means can. Can I? You can also say, pwede po ako. Ako is I. Pwede po ako umorder ng lechon, but then you can also omit the ako there because anyway, it says here that the one talking is Bob. Again, this verb here, umorder, is in English supposed to be order, and then we put a prefix here to become a verb, a Filipino verb. So he said, can I order lechon? You know what lechon is? Is the roasted pig. It's a whole pig. Okay, it's pork, but we call it pig, roasted pig. So that's lechon. And then Jen said, sure. Para kailan? Kailan again? You're familiar with this, right? The original spelling for this is kailan. But since this is conversational, we can also write it this way and we can pronounce it as kailan, not kailan. Okay, para, for. For when? For when? And then Bob said, para po, for Sunday. For Sunday, lunch. Para po sa Sunday, lunch or lunchtime. Then Jen said, okay, 300 yung malaki, 230 yung maliit. So that's how we read our amounts in Filipino. If it's in English, so we say 300, 230. So malaki is big. So 300 is the big one. $230, the small one, the small lechon. Kasama na ang delivery fee. Kasama is with. With what? With the delivery fee. So it's including the delivery fee. And then Bob said, sige. Sige is also same with okay. So sige, yung malaki po. So he wants the big one. The malaki is the big one. And then Jen said, Okay, salamat. Salamat is thank you, right? So, okay, thank you. Pahingi na lang ng info mo. Root verb of this one is hingi, ask, or give it to me. So, you're asking something to give it to you. Hingi is asking. It's just a word particle. It's like just. Just give me your info. So when you say info, it's the same in English, information. So just give me your information. Okay, so that it won't be so overwhelming, let us just take one verb today and then we are going to conjugate them in their different forms. The verb that we have today is tawag, meaning to call, because we are discussing about pagtawag sa telepono, right? So tawag means to call and it is an verb. To conjugate the verb tawag into different tenses, for the future tense, can you still remember the pattern? For future tense, if it is an verb, then in the future tense, you won't be able to see this affix yet. Not yet, because this one will become present in the present tense. So to form the future tense of the verb tawag, we repeat the first syllable of the root verb tawag, which is ta, and then we add it as the prefix. So future tense of the root verb tawag is tatawag. See, we added the first syllable ta. So it becomes tatawag. Now for the present tense, this is where we put our We take the future tense tatawag. We insert the after the first letter of the future tense of the verb tatawag. Then it will become tumatawag. That's the present, right? Now for the past tense, we just take the root verb tawag, we insert the again after the first letter of the root verb tawag, then it will become tumawag. All right, let's see. Let's look at the first sentence here. Tumawag si Bob sa tindahan ng lechon. What is this verb? Is this in the future, the present, or in the past tense? Look, we have the root verb tawag and then we inserted the So this is in the past tense, right? So tumawag si Bob. Bob called sa tindahan ng lechon. What is tindahan again? We already took up this vocabulary word. Tindahan is the store of lechon, or the lechon store. Bob called the lechon store. It's in the past tense. Now in this sentence, the doer of the action, Bob, is the focus. That's why we conjugated our verb in this way. So just the regular conjugation. That is our first sentence. Do not look at the second one yet. Let's go to number 2. Look at this one. Tinawagan ni Bob ang tindahan ng lechon. The rest is the same, but look at the verb. It changed into, instead of tumawag, it changed to tinawagan. Now what happened here? Why did we change the conjugation? This one is also in the past tense. However, in this sentence, Bob is no longer the focus of the sentence, but the store, the lechon store. The arrangement of the words here did not really change, but in English, if I am going to translate this sentence in English and the focus of my sentence, the subject of my sentence, then it will become the store, or the lechon store. So in English, I would translate this as the lechon store was called by Bob. Where is our root verb here? We still have the T and the AWAG. So tawag, and then we inserted the in. This is an infix in, and we have a suffix an here. So tinawagan ni Bob ang tindahan ng lechon. We still have our root verb, but we inserted so much affixes here. Also, we put the here. So tinawagan ni Bob ang tindahan ng lechon. So in this sentence, if you already mastered sentence construction in Filipino, you would notice as well that ang here is placed because it gives you a hint that the focus of this sentence is not Bob, not the doer of the action, but the object of the sentence, which is the lechon store. Now let's go back to number 1. So this is the regular arrangement of the sentence. The doer of the action is the focus, not the object. But look at the verb here. In the second sentence, under number 1, it says, Bob, tumawag ka sa tindahan ng lechon. Sa tindahan ng lechon, it's the same arrangement there. But here, someone is asking Bob. Someone is ordering or commanding Bob to call the lechon store. So it says, Bob, tumawag ka sa tindahan ng lechon. If you notice, the form or the format of the verbs here are the same in sentence 1 and then in the second sentence. Tumawag, and this one is also tumawag. So in a verb that belongs to the group, the past tense of the verb has the same format as the imperative form of the verb. So, tumawag here and also tumawag here. So, but then, since someone is talking to Bob, it says ka. Bob, tumawag ka. You, Bob, you call the lechon store. That is the imperative form of the verb. Now, let's go back to number 2. So, this one, in this sentence, Bob is still the doer of the action, but he is not the focus of the sentence here. So when I am going to conjugate this one into an imperative sentence, then I would say, Bob, tawagan mo ang tindahan ng lechon. So it's the same arrangement there, but this one, Bob, tawagan mo ang tindahan ng lechon. Now, tinawagan, we remove the in, we remove this, and then we just put the tawagan. So this is how you convert it into imperative form. Tinawagan will become tawagan. So someone again is asking Bob to call the lechon store, but still in this sentence, Bob, though he's the one doing the action calling, but the focus of the sentence is the lechon store. So the verb will change again. To help us visualize the exact formats for each conjugation, I made this table. So the first line here is in the sentence number 1 that we had earlier, and the second line is in the sentence number 2. So look at the verb. Future is tatawag, present is tumatawag, past is tumawag, and the imperative form is tumawag. Now look at the object-focused verbs here. Future is tatawagan, present is tinatawagan, past tense is tinawagan, and the imperative form is tawagan. So if you notice, the past form and the imperative form, when the focus of the sentence is the subject or the doer of the action, the past tense and the imperative forms of the verbs are the same, while here it's still, the imperative form is not the same as the past form of the verb. So from tinawagan, past, in the imperative form, we would say tawagan. I know we need to practice more in conjugating verbs. So in the next lessons, we are going to do other verbs in different categories. So today we just did Maybe in the next lesson, we will take a mag verb. And then when we discussed all the patterns already in all groups of verbs, then that is the time when I'm going to give you an exercise or a short quiz. And that's all for today. I hope you learned something. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you again in the next lessons. Bye!